Alright, come on. It should be a little bit of fluctuation there at the beginning. That's okay. Oh, it's a little bit hot right here, but I'm not wearing anything super warm, so that's good. Looks good there. Go to my channel. There we go. Ooh, one watching, great. Took a little bit longer than I expected, but that is okay. Let me just, whoops. Let me just verify what time I have to be to work. And then we'll pop my earbuds in, play some music, and start masking. It's, okay, 2:40 to 6:40. If that sounds weird, yep. Working at the dollar store, they sometimes give you weird hours. And I've heard two things. One thing is it's to, you know, it really helps to make sure you're actually looking at your schedule and stuff like that. Kind of keeps you on your toes, but, oh, I have a different time. Is it going to be weird or is it going to be normal? Is it going to be 6:30 that I go into work, or is it going to be 6:40, you know? But the other thing, too, is, so the store manager, because there's a store manager and assistant managers, he has messed with those numbers, and let's just say that they've been not too excited about that. Like, hey, please don't mess with those. Which also, I haven't heard this for certain, but I would think that could kind of sort of mean that they just, you know, don't want them messing with the schedule too much, and so it's a way to help control that. Okay, let's get to work. Put a piece of candy in my mouth. I had the thought I should watch it up to this point, but then I realized, no, I maybe shouldn't, because then it's going to be like, oh, I should fix all these little bugs. That maybe there are bugs that have cropped up. I hope not. But the big thing is, ooh, I should fix that when I don't need to, so, right off the bat, that looks a little bit lower than it's supposed to. I can see the shift over there, so yeah, if you can see it there, you know you need to fix it. So, I believe 628. That still looks a little bit too low for my taste. Yeah, it still goes up. Huh. $285. Whoops. 88. There we go. That looks good. The door is going up by a smidge, but let's check. Oh, I see that. That's no. Gotta name that bird. So the door needs to go 359. Still, keep in mind, oh, it's also, see the size adjustment changing? Part of that is our size adjustment. That's what's making it. So there's where the size stops. I'm going to leave size alone because we got that looking good where it was supposed to be. So we're just pretty much going to modify this. Huh. 8. 8's probably too... Nah, 8's good. That's very mild, but I'm going to take the time to fix it. So, let's start just by getting rid of all the excess junk on the end and see if that... I doubt we'll see that now. That's acceptable. 2 watching, hey guys. So now this needs to move down a bunch. I'm going to say 3... No. 2, 9. Okay, that looks good to me. Ooh. Also got to be watching that door. Door looks good. Oh, whoops. Huh. What? Okay, seriously. This frame, all the way to the beginning, not... Copy that. Why is there still... Okay, what we're gonna do is all of this junk on the end, goodbye. And now there's just a smidge of left movement. Good enough to me. Gotta stretch for a second. Okay.
So obviously I cannot take it.
Yeah, I know.
See you later. See you tomorrow.
One second. I'm just gonna get a quick drink of water. Be right back. Should mute this. All right. Excuse me. Excuse me. Well, can I see that is the question. Yeah. I see it. Keep in mind that these movements are going to be more accentuated when now, those should be the same values, but as we've learned, size changes and they're not. So we need to move the X. If I just come here, get rid of all the junk. Oh, that was a 3. And I believe, okay, that did the right thing. Okay. That's, no, just 8. That's acceptable for now. If later on I watch it and it looks horrible, we'll fix it. Moving on. That looks good to me. I mean, this could be down a smidge, but I'm going to leave it. You know, I just realized I haven't animated the size for this at all. I'm hoping it will just blend in. The closer we get, it will still work. Even though it's not really changing size. And I think it is to some slight degree with the tracker. Go ahead and save our progress. Needs to move down a tidge. That looks good to me. A bit more, so 6. Like that looks good. A tidge more, 5. Oh, that looks perfect. Just believe I realize. 2, 5. Down some more. Start at 2, 5 where we had it. I'm going to say 4. That looks good. Yeah, that looks good to me. Well. You know, I'm going to try something here. Because part of the issue of all that shifting around is... Ooh, I'm going to hop into our polygon. I forget, how did we get this to display before? Show view controls. There we go, that's how we did it. I just want to take all this side here, drag it over. That looks... Okay, so the reason I just modified the mask a bit so I can tell how this is supposed to look. Because that looks a little bit too high to me. So we start by getting rid of all this excess junk. 2-0. Looks better. So as I was saying, what I was going to do is... I was going to go to... I gotta fix the mask here. I was going to go to the last frame where it looks bad just before our keyframe, our green line. Modify that and see if that fixes things. Because sometimes... let me show an example. Oh, P-A-I paint. So an example here is so here's our little object, and we want our object to end up here, okay? And the path that it has to follow is something like... Oh, that's good enough. Okay, that's the path that Well, this is not... We do want it to end up here, but this is the path all along in between that our tracker has picked up, or that we've manually set, maybe. It's moving based on that path. But maybe, just maybe, when we manually set our path, we actually don't want this. That spot right there is not right. We don't want that. And this is the only area of issue. Here's fine, and here's okay, but it's just along the way to this point that it gets a little bit messed up. Let me actually redraw my green line. So it should be a straight line, we'll say, but instead we have a little blip there. And so this blip, this is bad. And that's the only point that it's messed up along the line. And that... Oh, wait, no. There's a better way to... try to illustrate this perfectly. So, no, so here's our line. Okay. And... But, that's what I'm trying to think of. We want another red line here. So then... So it's supposed to go straight because the camera just kind of pans. But... the speed at which we're moving, which in this case is affected by our frames not being, like, you know, the frame issue where it only changes the actual stuff every other frame. So because of that issue, it might be a little bit off here, like a little bit too high. But that's just because of the every frame issue. All of the, between here, it gets off sync. Just right there. So if we fix that where it's supposed to be, then it should be good for the rest of the sequence. Do you get what I'm saying? This is especially apparent for things where there's a lot of jumpy, random movement in the middle. I'm tempted to sing, but I'm not going to. So this looks fine to me. That looks fine. Fine. We'll do a few more. One more. Boom. Okay, so then we'll go back to our merge to, hike back to... hike to the last point where it looked good. Okay, so it's a bit too high here. Okay, so now that that's been done, a bit too high there as well. So this is an example where this I thought would fix it, but nope. It didn't. Nope, don't flip. Three. Looks good enough to me. That's an issue. 2. Two. Looks like we're dealing with a bit of rotational. We're dealing with a bit of rotation here. So what we need to do, this is a good proactive. So here it looks fine. So what we want to do is we want to set a point so that we don't modify anything beforehand with our rotation. Otherwise, we're going to make a mess for ourselves. 2.6. 3. 3, 2. 4. 6. There we go. So now, if we get rid of all this junk and set this to 2, whoops. Okay, so it should be 0 then. Tell the fat lady sing. Whoa. 1. 2. 1/8. Looks like our rotation is coming funny again. 8. 9. 4. Okay, 4 looks right. 2. Oh. 2.8. 2.6. 2.4. 2. 0. That looks a smidge better. 2. 0. Probably 1. Actually, no, that was right. That looks good enough for my preferences. All right. Have a piece of chocolate. Okay. Your lips touch mine and my eyes go. That is too high. Start by getting rid of all the excess junkaroo. Probably even two. That looks good. One nine. Two. Huh. 1 9. So here it seems like it's going down 5. There we go. I'm gonna have to go forward and do more of this. We will have to worry about my face, my head here in a bit. Hold tight all night, don't let go. And my hands are tight, I won't let go. Tonight, your crystal. Like those that dwell and warm I feel as I come down. I found rainbows where you go. I go. I'm stuck on you. Yes, I'm stuck like glue. From kisses to blow. In our eyes it shows. Okay, that looks good. And I have to get ready for work. 30 minutes of work. That was good for on this. Cool. I'll see you guys in whatever's next.